hold my microphone. My name is Justin Taylor. You're here at Firestorm Free Running and Acrobatics, and today it's time for some white rate tumbling. We're going to be learning our step, hurdle, punch. Kind of like that thing I just did right there, but not exactly. Let's begin, shall we? I gotta jump in the front bit to find the end that you still want. Oh God, I lost all of it. All I have left is a flippy. All right, I'm going in. I got it. I got it. I did it. I did it. I got it. Kind of, sort of. Wait, no, come back. Oh no, I lost the clippy. Woo! All right. I got. Nope. There's more. Does that look professional for the camera? This is what I look like when I go. Ah! That was me. That was me going Super Saiyan. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. We're doing the whole episode like this. Let me get the sideburns out and everything. We're ready to rock and roll. It is time to do our step, hurdle, punch. Now, this is where you start to take the hurdle and the lunge position, or sorry, not the hurdle, the lunge position going into our teeter-totter handstand, and eventually our cartwheels will be going over in the future. But this is how we start building power into those things. Now, this is just an introductory to our hurdle position, which means this one we're gonna be landing with our feet together instead of in a lunge position like we would when we're really gonna be tumbling. Now, this one is really, really good for run, punch, front flips, and it is, like I said, our introductory to the more aggressive tumbling we're gonna be doing. Tumbling is all about length. If you watch tricking goes all over the place, right? It's really cool because it's very versatile. Tumbling is about power.
Power levels 8,000. How? Wait! It's over 9.
Power is created by distance in tumbling. A little too much distance, you can hurt yourself, but most people get a little scared and they reach their hands and feet really close together. Creating almost no distance gives you bad body position, you start losing power. So in this case, we're gonna do our introductory to power with our step, hurdle, punch. All right, beautiful people, it's time for our 60-second breakdown with our step, hurdle, punch drill. So we're gonna start in a nice, straight, squeezing tight position, no loosey-goosey here. We're taking a step with what will be the back leg in our actual lunge position from last week. My back leg is my right, so I'm gonna take a step with my right leg. From here, I'm going to then swing my left knee and my arms up to the air and bring them back together before I land, arms up, pushing through my toes and exploding up. Make sure you are squeezing tight when you do this. If you bend your knees at all, you're gonna lose power. It's gonna sink either into your body or on the floor, but it's not gonna explode, and that's what you want. After you get that one down, you feel very comfortable. We're gonna be doing the same thing with a full arm circle. I'm gonna take my step, my arms go up, whole circle to build power, and right when I land here, I'm going to explode up with the last bit of my arm swing. It'll look a little like this. Notice again when you do this, I'm going for distance, not jumping for height. I want to be pushing forward. You can hear that explosion coming off the ground. Distance equal power. Height is energy dropping down that you have to absorb and try to rebound into that jump. No good. Woo! Let's take a little time and break this thing down a little bit slower. Now when I do this, we're going to start with a single step. What I want you to do is I want you to step off of the leg that eventually, to help us for our future ones, is going to be your back leg in your actual lunge position. That's the one we're gonna step with first. So in this case, when I do a lunge for tumbling, I have my right foot behind me and my left foot in front for my lunge position. Now, I'm gonna take a step with my right foot. From here, I'm going to swing my left knee up. A really good practice drill for this is swing your knee and your arms up. Boop. Real easy, right? Boop. For those of you who have followed our White Rank parkour curriculum, you may remember doing this drill for our wall pops. It's really cool because a lot of these things are interchangeable. If you follow the parkour stuff, a lot of this basic tumbling will come very quickly and easily to you. So I'm gonna swing my arms and knee up, and I'm going to then land on 2 feet. So I'm gonna go here, and my feet are together. Okay, you'll notice when I do this, because I'm straight up and down, and I'm not going forward at all, there's a very small bounce there, right? My goal is to squeeze my legs together, squeeze my butt cheeks, tight. My old diving coach used to tell me you're gonna squeeze your butt cheeks so tightly together that if I stuck a dollar bill in between them before you squeezed, you're gonna squeeze so hard, 4 quarters are gonna pop out. You're gonna make change. So when I say make change, you squeeze them booty cheeks. So when I land, I'm gonna squeeze them booty cheeks. That pulls my hips into line. You can see how straight my body is now versus here. Booty out, booty in, making change. So let's put it all together. Once we're tight like that, we can then explode with power. But as long as I'm going straight up and down, there's very little power being created there. Like we talked about earlier, we want distance. So when I do this here, I'm gonna take my step. I'm gonna try to take a big step. This distance, again, just like my lunge. Remember in our teeter-totter handstand, how my hand goes as far in front of my front foot as my front foot is in front of my back foot. Same concept, except now my feet are gonna land together where my hands would have been for a teeter-totter. So I'm gonna step here, one big step, swing my arms and my knee, go forward. Look how much more power is created there.
Tell me what his power level is. It's over 9,000! 9,000!
Now, for any of you who have ever bounced on a trampoline, you may remember the first time that you jumped up and down on that trampoline, you landed and you bent your legs or you stuck your butt out. You bent any part of your body. You guys remember what happened? All your power disappears. Instead of rebounding up with a big explosion, your whole body just absorbed all the energy and you usually doesn't feel good because it goes up either into your legs and your quads, or if your legs are locked out and you bend at the waist, it goes right into your spine. Either way, doesn't feel very good. So when you do this, before you punch off that ground, and we're gonna be pushing through our toes, the pad of our feet, you're gonna make change and squeeze those booty cheeks together. All right, then we can start adding in more and more distance to create more and more power. I go here again. I like to, before I ever start, I get in my strong position, which means when I stand here, I'm not kind of just chilling, getting ready to go. I'm pulling my shoulders back, my chest up, and I'm squeezing my butt cheeks. You can see right now, I look much more manly than I did when I was standing like this. This is a normal resting position. This is my strong start position. I'm gonna go here. I take my step, and I'm exploding off of the ground. All right, this one is eventually, you know what I'm gonna do real quick? I'm gonna take this thing off because I'm gonna lose it just like the foam pit. Check one, can you hear me? Same basic concept, here I go. Step, hurdle. Woo! And there we have a lot of power. In that case, I created a little too much power and I over-rotated the front foot, so I saved myself with a shoulder roll that you learned from the Centurion, Olivero, and that crazy ninja dude. All right, now what we're gonna do, once you've gotten this one down, you're getting that distance, you're getting a good punch, which remember, if you don't have a gymnastic spring floor, go do this on grass or something, because punch drills are not really designed to be done on concrete. They can be, but if you do them wrong or you land on your heels or a flat foot when you first start this, you're just gonna heel bruise the crap out of yourself and it's gonna hurt a lot. I know, because I have done everything wrong multiple times and I've got lots of heel bruises and they suck. So, remember when you do this, I want you to watch real quick. I am going again for distance. Normally, when you have a little bit more height, right, in an angle on your takeoff, you get more distance. In this case though, we do not want extra height. The higher we go, the more our legs have to absorb and rebound. And when we do a punch drill, our legs are straight, we're doing the whole thing through our calves. Can you guys imagine jumping from a foot or two and trying to land and absorb with just your calves and not engaging your quads and bending your knees? As soon as you do that, you're no longer getting that instantaneous punch. So we want to stay low to the ground. I like to tell people that when you take your step and you're jumping, because the most common thing I see when people learn this is this. All right, that's gonna kill all of your power, especially if you don't have a gymnastic spring floor. So what I wanna see instead is when you take that step and you jump to bring those feet together, I want you to pretend that you're rolling rollerblades, right? And you're just rolling right over the top of the ground, just a few inches up. So when you guys watch, notice I'm not going up. I'm going here and forward. I come up maybe 6 to 8 inches, but I'm definitely not jumping for height. I'm going for that forward power, to take that forward power and rebound it into vertical power. Last thing we want to talk about is the more advanced version of this, and that's where we bring in an arm swing. Now you'll notice that when I do this, I'm taking my step, and as I swing my knee, I bring the arms up. So when I land, I'm already in this solid starting position. This is the most common and basic version. There is a way to produce even more power, and that's with an arm swing. Goes a little like this. I take my step, and as I swing my arms up, instead of leaving them up while I'm in the air, my arms are gonna circle behind, get right to here, and right when I punch, I'm gonna swing those arms up. Now this one requires a lot of timing because the punch right here takes a very small amount of time to punch, but it takes a lot more time to swing my arm all the way up. So you need to be generating a lot of force, and right as you punch, snap the arm from about here, punch, up to the sky. The downside of this is when you think about it, your arms are now going in a backwards position. If I'm just going for height, awesome. But if I'm gonna throw a front flip, I don't want my arms going this way. So the only way this works is you get the arms there, and as soon as you explode, instantaneously throwing forward again. This one messes up a lot of people because the arm's going that way and then back over this way. If your timing's not right, like I said, you're just not gonna rotate, you're gonna fall on your head. And as always, I'm gonna giggle because I warned you first. So for right now, I say learn the first way. Once you've got that down perfectly, feel very comfortable, then you can start the arm swing to build power, but don't try any flips with it until you feel very comfortable. This is what we're gonna be looking for. I come here, I take my step, so powerful I broke all my stuff off. As powerful as a phone plate. Which if you watch the intro, you know what I mean. I sent you on the video, I'm assuming you watched the intro since you made it this far. And you might not be able to hear me because it doesn't sound like my voice is coming from over there, like I'm really far away. I'm probably gonna have to go pick that up, huh? This seems to be a really common reoccurring theme in all of our videos. All right, guys, it's been a beautiful day. I've enjoyed having you all here working on your punch drills. One thing I want you to keep in mind before we leave you today is that this is an intro punching out of this. Eventually, when we go into tumbling, we're gonna be going for distance, which means when we do our hurdle, instead of staying straight up and down, we're gonna be taking this, and as we explode into our hurdle with that arm swing, we're actually gonna be hurdling into this position through the air. So when you actually do a good hurdle, and I'm gonna try to do this again without losing our mic for like the 4th time on this shoot, just to give you an idea, I'm gonna do a cartwheel out of this, all right? But when I go, eventually for tumbling, this is gonna transform from what we just did to here. You can see my feet are no longer together. I've gone for the hurdle. I'm actually hopping on that leg we took off of 2 times and falling forward into here. The whole thing will eventually become step, hop to that foot, step forward into our lunge. If you go online and actually watch some really impressive tumblers, if you watch like high-level gymnasts, Olympics, national champions, anybody on that kind of circuit that are competing on the national stage, you will see their hurdles aren't here. They're not even here like we do from a stationary. They're actually hurting it almost completely horizontal, landing and just dropping and kicking over the top right into their tumbling pass. I got it. I made it all worthwhile. I need to upgrade this equipment. My name is Justin Taylor. You're here at Firestorm Freerunning. I have a giant poofy haircut. It's because I'm a Super Saiyan. No big deal. True story I just made up right now. I love all your beautiful faces, and I will see you next week as we continue our Introductory to Tumbling White Rank curriculum. Peace out, beautiful people. I'm a runaway in a Superman manner. Cause I'm so buff, I'm a Super Saiyan. Oh my god, oh crap, he's still videotaping.